Hi everybody, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and this is Soft Flow Yoga. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to open our hearts. Let's begin our heart opening practice in seated. Now in yoga, heart opening just means that we're going to be doing some back bends. So I'm going to guide you through some various back bends that really open up through the heart. And when we open up our hearts in back bends, we're really strengthening our backs. We're opening up across the chest, and in particular, just opening up in this tie-in between the shoulder and the pectoral muscles, because this is where it tends to be quite tight. So let's begin in seated and with a few deep breaths. Nice full breath in. Exhale to completion. Again, a nice full breath in. And exhale. Just begin to feel your body settle into the space. Be fully present and aware. Taking this meditative moment. Just slow, deep breaths here. Get the sensation and the sound of the breath. Aware of how each inhale fills you up, filling up your heart space. And with your exhale, as you're able, draw your belly button in towards your spine. A light contraction of your abdominal muscles here as a way to find and connect to your center. It's also a way of supporting your body. Let's take 3 more breaths. Good. Let's do a very mild back bend while we're still seated. Just bring your hands behind you, maybe prop yourself up onto your fingertips, just to make your arms a bit longer. And then roll your shoulders back. Tip the chin up. Let's put you in a very slight, mild, seated back bend. Nice heart opener here. Now as you inhale, just push into the ground with your fingers, feel energy in your arms, but at the same time, of course, feel the air fill up your lungs. And exhale. Now when you take that deep breath in, you might start to feel that stretch that runs across your chest from shoulder to shoulder. Try again. Nice full breath in. Fill yourself up. And the exhale, still draw your belly button in towards spine. And as you're able, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Just another segment of back bend where we energize our backs and strengthen our backs. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Draw belly button in. And then just lower your chin, walk your hands toward yourself, and just sit up tall for a moment, return to stillness, and take a breath. Let's carefully make our way to hands and knees. Use some padding if you'd like. I have my blanket here. Cat and cow. Now when we get into cow pose, which is the in-breath, that is a back bend and heart opener. So when you inhale, start with your back end. You're going to tip the pelvis back, the belly drops, and that's what puts you into the back bend. But then lead with your heart and chin as it opens up, leading you forward. That's the inhale. And exhale, tuck the pelvis under. Feel the belly button draw up towards spine, a nice curvature of the spine. And chin to chest. And do that a few more times, just moving and breathing at your own pace here. Finish the breath that you're on and take 2 more breaths. When you're complete, just return to a neutral tabletop posture right here, holding for a breath. Let's set up for a downward facing dog. If you're using a pad, let's just move that to the side for now. Come back to hands and knees, and go ahead and step your hands forward, spreading out your fingers. Lean or press into the palms so they open flat and opening on your mat here. Strong straight arms. Keep that strong stability. Tuck your toes under. Do one more cat-cow flow. Inhale, cow. There's your back bend. Exhale, round it out into cat pose. Hold cat. Make sure your toes are tucked. Lift your knees, send your hips into the air, and slowly allow your head to sink between the arms. Keep the knees very bent. That will allow your hips to lift up higher. Keep pushing strongly into the floor with your arms. You have strong, straight arms, a nice lengthened torso. Let's move into a warrior segment. As you inhale, pick up your right foot and extend the right leg. And exhale it, send right foot to the top of the mat or just behind the right hand is good. Turn your left heel to the floor behind you. Be sure to shift your weight back into that foot so you have some good balance on your feet and lightness in your hands. You can certainly climb up the leg, bring hands to thighs here. Make sure your spine is well extended. Then an inhale, rising all the way up, reaching into the air. Let's just hold that for just a moment. We'll take a breath in and exhale, opening to your left for your warrior two. Make some adjustments with your feet if you need to. So you have a strong foundation. Here's our warrior two. Let's take a side angle pose. Let's modify it here. We're going to angle the upper half of the body by reaching forward. Bend your right arm. You can bring your right arm or your hand to your thigh. Meanwhile, extend the left hand straight up initially, and then slowly over your head, just to get some lengthening down through the sides of the body. So we're just making some space around the whole torso, front, side, and back, as we prepare for our back bends. Our two featured poses will be bridge pose and camel pose. Take a breath in right here. Next, you will carefully turn. We'll fold, free your hands, bring your hands to the ground, rise up onto your tiptoes behind you, push firmly into the floor with the hands so you can slide the right foot back. Here's our plank pose. Bend your knees and hips into the air, returning to downward facing dog. Make some adjustments with your feet and your hands if you need to, so you have a nice strong connection to your pose. Other side, inhale, extend your left leg into the air. And exhale it, step left foot to the top of the mat. Once you've landed, turn right heel to the floor, shifting the weight back. It's a nice strong connection, good balance. Light hands, again, feel free to climb up the leg here. Inhale, reaching both arms up. We'll hold our warrior one for a moment, just to get into the strength of this posture. Nice opening in the hips and hip flexor, lengthening through the sides of the body. Inhale here. Exhale, open up to the right side of the room. Arms come down to parallel. Adjust your feet. Even check in with your alignment. Left knee and toes pointing forward. Make any adjustment with that back leg and foot. Side angle pose modified right here. Rotate the arms. I'm just going to bring my hand to my thigh. Initially, allow the right hand to reach straight up, and then slowly start reaching overhead until you feel this nice lengthening sensation down through the right side of your body. As I'm reaching with the right hand, I'm also pressing the right foot more firmly into the mat, just to increase that length. Let's take a breath in, and exhale our careful turn. We'll fold, hands to the ground, rise up onto tiptoes behind you, push into the floor with the hands so you have strong arms so you can easily slide that left foot back. Plank pose. Let's bring knees to the floor. Let's do another cat-cow flow, just 2 breaths. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Then sit back briefly into hero pose, just to get off the hands and relieve the wrists if you need to while you're here. Let's get into bridge pose. I'm going to give you several variations of the posture. one where you can really just use your own body to hold yourself in the pose, or using props. I'm going to use my blocks. I'm also going to use this bolster. Make sure they're nice and handy here. All right, let's go ahead and lie down. I'm going to scoot forward, being sure you have space behind you, and carefully roll down onto the back. Go ahead and bring the knees with you into a nice forward fold, drawing the knees up towards your chest, and even add some movement here just to get into that low back, your hips a little bit. And some variations of bridge pose. Let's start with the supported version. Plant the feet into the ground. Make sure you can grab your blocks or books or the pillow. I'm going to use the blocks and the pillow. Make sure your feet feel firm on the ground. Nice connection. Take a breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, push into the floor, lifting the hips high enough to get your stacked books or blocks underneath you. I'm using 2 blocks at level 1. It gives me just the right amount of height to lift and then just sit. So in this nice comfortable sitting posture, being propped up on the blocks, you get this nice opening through the whole front body. And there's our heart opener. And just to open up the chest a little bit more, what I like to do is kind of get the shoulders a bit underneath the body. Imagine you were standing and you had your arms reaching back behind you. That creates that opening in the chest. Now, let's say you don't have any books or blocks that are solid enough to help you sit in this pose, but maybe you have a pillow, and you can even use a couple of pillows. So I'm going to lift, come back down carefully, move my blocks out of the way. Now I have a nice firm bolster. Maybe you've got a couple of pillows that you can stack. They might be soft, but it's nice because it just might feel a bit more comfortable to sit on, and you can hold the pose a little longer. Now with my bolster, I'm not up as high, but there's still this nice opening in the body. You still want to get the shoulders a bit underneath. What's wonderful about the pose is you can probably hold this for a good amount of time, really just allowing the body to open, get this nice heart opening sensation. Backbends are wonderful because it's a good counter pose to kind of our regular way of living. You know, you might be sitting all day or sitting at a desk or driving, something like that, where we're in a constant state of forward fold. We're rarely in backbends. And so opening up the front body is very nice, particularly for the hip flexors, the belly, the chest, and the shoulders. Alrighty, now you can make this a little bit more dynamic by not using any props. So I'm going to lift, move my prop out of the way, and just lift and hold on my own. Now to help prop myself up, I like to bend elbows and press the backs of my arms, be my triceps and elbows and shoulders, down into the floor, which helps opens the chest, helps lift it, and helps me to hold in place. And you can feel the activation of the body, hamstrings, glutes, and again, getting shoulders underneath you, even trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you or underneath you. And there's our bridge pose. Now, if you can, just bring the hands down so your arms are straight, and maybe you can touch your feet. Now remember this sensation, because as we get into camel pose, which will be on our knees, it's very similar to this posture here. I'm going to lift my hands again, so I have a supported upper body, wiggle the feet forward a little bit, extend the arms straight up to get the shoulders out from underneath the body, and then roll down. Nice soft landing, and then extend. Reach the arms behind you and extend the legs out in front of you. Let's get ready for our camel pose. But first, let's bring knees into chest. Roll to your side, press yourself up. Let's come to our soft flow version of boat pose. So come up to seated with knees bent, heels on the floor, feet flexed. Hold on to the knees, lift yourself up so you have a nicely extended spine. That's an inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Feel the engagement of the belly and start to lean back a little bit until you start to feel some tension here in the belly. Don't have to lean back too far. You can always hold on for the duration. You might free your hands if you'd like. Just to feel this nice activation in the belly as well. 2 more breaths. And then finish. Soften the body. We're going to come back up onto our knees. Now, we're going to be on our knees for this next part, so if you need some extra padding, go ahead and bring that blanket back in if you'd like. You're going to rise up onto your knees. And once you're on your knees, you want to activate the pelvis by pushing forward. So this feels very strong here. You want to maintain this alignment of hips over knees for the duration of the pose. I'm going to turn this way so you can see my back, so you can see where my hands go. You're going to bring your hands behind you. Now you can use your thumbs, your palms with fingers down. I like to use my fists. And here's what's happening with the hands. You can do 2 actions at the same time. First action is you're pushing down, like you're trying to push the buttocks down. And you're going to be pushing forward. That push down sensation is to make that space across the low back. At the same time, your torso feels like it's going up, so you make more space. That's an inhale. Push down, lift up. As you exhale, we're pushing forward. That keeps the hips over the knees, and you lean back a little bit. We're moving into a nice version of camel pose. It's a supported version. Again, push down with the hands, lift up through the torso as you inhale. Exhale, push forward, gently lean back. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, push hands down, torso up. It feels like the heart is lifting up. Exhale, I'm kind of tipping back. Got the head tipped up, but meanwhile my hips stay over the knees, maintaining the integrity of the pose. Again, this is a modified, supported version of camel pose. What you could do here, even just while in this posture, tuck your toes. It'll get the heels lifted up a little bit higher. See if you can maintain the sensation of the upper body and its back bend. Free the hands and maybe you can reach back and find your heels. There they are. Now I'm going to continue to inhale and lift my heart up. Exhale, send pelvis forward. So there's our modified, another variation of camel. We're going to take a breath in and exhale, start to sit back. Free the hands, bring them out in front of you. And come down to a child's pose. I'm going to take my knees a little wider here, flatten the feet, and carefully sit back and down while I extend the arms. I'm going to bring in a block here to rest my head. Right here. So moving out of that back bend, our camel pose, to something that's a little bit more relieving and more natural for the back. So I'm extending my arms forward, feeling like my hips are moving towards my feet. That creates that lengthening sensation. And we'll take a few more breaths here. You can stay here as long as you'd like, but when you're complete, you can go ahead and rise. Come back to a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, nice lengthened spine, relax shoulders, even roll the shoulders back just to keep that heart opening. Then one last movement together. We'll inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, bring your hands together and down to your heart space. Take a breath into your heart. Exhale. And as we come to the close of this portion of our journey together, we bow, saying, Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.